100 pyramids. Not in Egypt. Scientists just cracked how ancient builders constructed these impossible structures across continents. The answer changes everything. Here's what nobody tells you about pyramids. Egypt has around 130 pyramids. Impressive, right? But Sudan? Sudan has over 200. That's nearly double. These aren't small imitations either. The Nubian pyramids of Meroe stood as symbols of a powerful kingdom that rivaled Egypt for centuries. But here's where it gets really interesting. These civilizations were separated by vast distances, different cultures, different languages. Yet they built structures using remarkably similar techniques. How? That question haunted archaeologists for generations. The answer was hiding in plain sight, buried under assumptions we never thought to question. And when researchers finally decoded the construction methods, they discovered something that changed everything we thought we knew about ancient engineering. But that's not even the strangest part. The technology they used wasn't primitive at all. For decades, mainstream theories suggested armies of slaves dragged massive stone blocks across the desert. It made for dramatic movies, but terrible engineering. The math simply doesn't work. A single limestone block from the Great Pyramid weighs 2.5 tons. Some granite blocks exceed 80 tons. Moving millions of these pieces using brute force alone would require more workers than existed in ancient Egypt. And the evidence reveals something unexpected. Archaeologists found worker villages near Giza. These weren't slave quarters. They were organized communities with bakeries, breweries, and medical facilities. The workers were skilled laborers, fed better than average Egyptians. They weren't forced into labor. They volunteered for this sacred duty. If this is already blowing your mind, drop a like so I know to keep going. But understanding who built the pyramids only deepens the mystery of how. The Egyptians left behind detailed records of their society, their pharaohs, their daily lives. Yet construction methods? Conspicuously absent. Almost as if the knowledge was deliberately protected. What archaeologists found next changed everything. In 2017, researchers discovered a hidden void inside the Great Pyramid using cosmic ray imaging. This wasn't a burial chamber. It was something far more significant, a construction corridor. French architect Jean-Pierre had proposed this exact theory years earlier. He believed the Egyptians used an internal ramp system spiraling upward inside the pyramid itself. Everyone dismissed him. The technology to prove it didn't exist yet. But here's the thing. When scientists finally had the tools to look inside, Udin's internal ramp appeared exactly where he predicted. Think about that for a second. The Egyptians weren't hauling blocks up external ramps that would require more material than the pyramid itself. They built their construction highway inside the structure. As they completed each level, the ramp became part of the pyramid's permanent architecture. Genius hidden for 45 centuries. And this discovery connected to something even bigger happening across the ancient world. But the real answer is even more impressive. Water. The Egyptians mastered hydraulic engineering that we're only now beginning to understand. Recent excavations revealed an elaborate canal system connecting the Nile directly to the Giza Plateau. These weren't simple irrigation channels. They were sophisticated waterways capable of floating massive stone blocks within wooden cradles. Papyrus from Wadi al-Jarf, the oldest known papyrus documents ever discovered, describes limestone being transported by boat. The workers loaded blocks at quarries in Tura, floated them across the Nile, then up specially constructed canals to the pyramid site. What nobody expected was the scale of this operation. The canal system extended for miles, rising with the seasonal floods. The Egyptians synchronized their entire construction schedule with the Nile's annual cycle. During flood season, they transported materials. During dry season, they built. Nature itself became their construction partner. And here's where the story takes an unexpected turn toward Sudan. But, everything I just told you? That's just the setup. The mystery deepens when we examine the Nubian pyramids. See, the kingdom of Kush didn't just copy Egyptian techniques. They improved them. Nubian pyramids have steeper angles, reaching 60 to 70 degrees compared to Egypt's 52-degree slopes. This wasn't accident or artistic preference. It was advanced engineering. Steeper angles require less material for the same height. The Kushites optimized the pyramid form for efficiency. And they built faster. While Egyptian dynasties sometimes took decades to complete a single pyramid, Nubian rulers constructed theirs in years. If you want to see how this connects to discoveries on other continents, make sure you're subscribed. The Kushites left something else behind that Egyptian builders didn't: construction scaffolding marks. These indentations in the stone reveal their building sequence floor by floor. For the first time, archaeologists could reverse engineer an ancient construction method from physical evidence. What they discovered contradicted centuries of assumptions about pyramid building worldwide. And this is what they discovered. The techniques weren't unique to Africa. Across the Pacific Ocean, civilizations in Mesoamerica built pyramids using remarkably similar principles. Different cultures, different continents, same engineering insights. The Maya didn't have contact with Egypt. Yet their stepped pyramids at Tikal and Chichen Itza used corbelled arches, internal chambers, and precise astronomical alignments that mirror Egyptian design principles. Here's the twist. These aren't coincidences, or evidence of some lost connection. They're proof of something more profound, independent invention born from universal engineering truths. When humans need to build tall, stable structures without steel frameworks, pyramids represent the mathematically optimal solution. The base must be wider than the top. Weight must distribute downward. Internal chambers require specific arch techniques to prevent collapse. Every civilization that attempted monumental construction discovered these same principles through trial and error. What would you have done if you needed to build a mountain of stone? The biggest revelation came from understanding scale. The Great Pyramid contains 2.3 million stone blocks. At that volume, even a 1% efficiency improvement saves 23,000 blocks. Ancient engineers understood this mathematics intimately. They optimized relentlessly. The foundation stones are leveled to within half an inch across 13 acres. Modern construction crews struggle to achieve that precision with laser equipment. The Egyptians did it with water channels, observation ropes, and generations of accumulated knowledge. But wait, there's one more clue. The mortar between pyramid stones isn't just adhesive. It's stronger than the stones themselves. We still cannot replicate ancient Egyptian murite precisely. Its formula, involving gypsum, sand, and unknown additives, creates bonds that have lasted millennia. When modern researchers analyzed samples, they found the mortar had actually strengthened over time through ongoing chemical reactions. The ancients built structures that literally improve with age. And this brings us to the most important question of all. Why does any of this matter today? Because these discoveries destroy a dangerous myth. The idea that ancient peoples needed supernatural help to build their monuments denies their genius. The Egyptians, the Nubians, the Maya weren't aided by outside forces. They were brilliant engineers who solved impossible problems through observation, mathematics, and relentless experimentation. When we credit their achievements to mystery rather than mastery, we erase their legacy. The truth is far more inspiring. Human beings, working with simple tools and sophisticated minds, created wonders that still humble us. They passed knowledge across generations, improved techniques over centuries, and built monuments that outlasted every empire that followed. What the evidence actually shows is this: our ancestors were smarter than we imagined. Their methods were more elegant than our assumptions allowed. And their achievements? Still waiting for us to fully understand. The next time someone suggests ancient peoples needed help building pyramids, remember, they didn't need aliens. They had mathematics, water, time, and human determination. But here's what still keeps archaeologists searching. We've decoded many pyramid secrets, but mysteries remain. The exact composition of Egyptian mortar. The organizational systems that coordinated tens of thousands of workers. The astronomical knowledge embedded in pyramid alignments. Each answer reveals new questions. In Meroe, hundreds of pyramids still await thorough excavation. Beneath Guatemalan jungle, LiDAR scanning reveals pyramid structures we never knew existed. The ancient world keeps surprising us, and every discovery confirms the same truth: human ingenuity has no limits. Scientists believe we've only scratched the surface of understanding ancient engineering. New imaging technologies, chemical analysis techniques, and archaeological methods continue revealing secrets hidden for millennia. The story of pyramid construction isn't finished. It's still being written, one discovery at a time. And the next breakthrough could rewrite everything we thought we knew. Again. So what have we actually learned? 100 pyramids in Egypt. 200 in Sudan. Countless more across the Americas. These monuments weren't impossible achievements requiring supernatural explanation. They were triumphs of human engineering achieved through water systems, internal ramps, mathematical optimization, and chemical knowledge that in some cases still exceeds our own. The real mystery was never how they built them. It was why we ever doubted human capability in the first place. Subscribe to Decode More Lost Knowledge. Every mystery we solve reveals ancient genius, not ancient aliens. The evidence is there. The methods are documented. The truth is more fascinating than any myth. Now you know what really happened. You know the water channels that floated the stones, the internal ramps that made construction possible, the mathematical precision that modern engineers envy. This is the story of what humans accomplish when we work together across generations toward impossible goals. Which ancient achievement impresses you the most? And did you know Sudan had more pyramids than Egypt before watching this? Let me know in the comments. What ancient enigma should we investigate next? That's how they really did it. Ancient builders weren't helpless without modern technology. They were geniuses who mastered their environment in ways we're still discovering. Hit subscribe, and the bell to join me as we decode more lost knowledge. Drop a comment telling me which pyramid fact surprised you most. And share this with someone who still thinks it was aliens. The truth deserves to spread. See you in the next investigation.